G'day guys, Cubona here. I just drove past a pretty good sized fire on the way out to my primary bug out location. I'm just coming out here, well, it's my mum's house out in the country. I'm just coming out to sort of see her, because I haven't seen her in a while, drop some stuff off. Because at my place in town I sort of just accumulate preps, and then over time I'll just drop them off. I'll come out and see mum and drop off a carload with stuff and get it all organised and whatever. There's a big fire. It's been real dry out here recently. We've had a few bushfires, but never one sort of out this way, which is odd. But yeah, anyway, today's going to be talking about, I don't know what the term for it, levels, we'll call it levels of prepping. So personally, like, I see people on the computer, on forums and YouTube and whatever, and they'll be starting out prepping, or they'll think they're quite into it or whatever, and everyone has their own different goals and stuff. I accept that, but you'll see these guys and they'll have fucking like a couple thousand rounds of ammo for one thing, for like one rifle, which is fine, but then like, or they have buttloads of ammunition and like 2 weeks of food, or the other way around, they'll have heaps of food and they'll have like 122 with 200 rounds of ammunition and like a shotgun with a pocket full of buckshot or something like that, you know, that they call their self-defense weapon. It's like, okay, well, how does that work? I think everything, if you imagine what I'm sort of thinking of as like an archery or a rifle target, where you got your bullseye in the middle, and that's the first point that you've got to aim for, and then all the rings around it are the different levels of prepping. So your first level, which is your bullseye, right, that might be 1 week. Like 1 week would probably be a good place to start for people that are, you know, just starting out. And say for that, you'd obviously want 1 week's worth of food, 1 week's worth of water, basic medical and hygiene supplies, so first aid supplies and medicine, because, you know, after a week, I doubt that everyone's going to have a severe infection or anything like that. Anything else that can't be treated within a week is probably going to be pretty intense anyway. So first aid, things like trauma bandages, quick clot, saline solution, disinfectants, band-aids, maybe some burn creams, stuff like that. Hygiene would be like an extra toothbrush, an extra roll of, an extra couple rolls of toilet paper, a spare towel or a microfiber towel or something like that. Toothbrush, toothpaste, soap, whatever, like but only like one thing of each, you know, because you don't need that much. And then when you start looking at the next ring, which could be 3 weeks or a month, you know, the circle's a lot bigger, there's a lot more stuff you can buy. And for security for the first week, you know, say one pump action 12-gauge shotgun, like a Remington 870 or a Mossberg 590 or 500 or something like that. And, you know, say you had 50 rounds of buckshot, 50 rounds of birdshot, and 5 or 10 slugs, and that'd probably be sorted for a week. Like, that'd be a decent way to, you know, look at it. Or a 22 rifle and pistol or something like that. You know, like, you don't need a whole lot for a week, especially not for feeding yourself. Like, you're only going to need so many meals unless you're a real shit shot. But yeah, and then for that third week, or the 3 week mark, you're going to need 3 weeks. It's like an extra 2 weeks worth of food, an extra 2 weeks worth of water, or the ability to maybe purify your own or secure your own, because 3 weeks worth of water is a lot. Some guys overtake me because he's a small cock. And yeah, like, you want more ammo, you might want a different kind of rifle as well. Like, if your first week you think, I've got enough food, I'm not going to need to hunt and feed myself, which is a fair assessment, then you might go, well, at this stage I might be wanting to look at ways to bolster my food supply, so you might invest in a 22 caliber rifle, or like a centerfire, like a bolt action 308 or something like that, with a good optic on it, so you can hunt large and medium sized game, or with the right loads you can hunt varmints as well. There wouldn't be a whole lot left of them, but you can hunt them. I suppose if you used like a full metal jacket, like 130 grain, or not a whole lot of powder, you could fair bloody knock one down, probably be a little bit of a left. But yeah, so, and then after that there'd be, say, 2 months or 3 months, and then 6 months, and then 9 months and a year, or 2 years, or whatever, like, as those circles keep expanding. But over that time, you shouldn't just go, okay, I've got 1 week worth of food, and now I want 1 year's worth of my projected, what I want for ammunition, or I've got a week's worth of water and no purification tablets or no well or anything like that, and I'm going to go and buy 2 years worth of medical supplies. I don't quite see how that works. Doesn't really make sense to me. So hopefully hopefully some of you guys sort of understand what I mean. Try and keep all your preps balanced. Don't go and spend all your money on ammunition or something like that when chances are you're going to be needing the food and the waters first, and maybe some medical supplies, and you've gone and wasted all your money on ammunition, and then 2 weeks into it you're stuck hungry thinking, alright, I've got all these guns and now what am I going to be able to do? Like, there might not be any bloody animals around you might be in the middle of town, and it could be a real shit fight out there with other people looking to take what you've got, or you might have to fight people for it or something, which is a horrible idea, could happen. And then you're really stuck, and you probably wish, man, I wish I could have stayed at my house another 2 weeks. I didn't buy 5,000 rounds of 223, and instead I bought an extra case of MREs or an extra couple of kilos of rice and water and cooking supplies, something like that. Like, don't be so one-eyed about things. And the other thing is, right now, though, to keep level with your preps, some people are really panicking about ammunition, and that's one of those failures some people probably have just worked out as a prepper, is when you need something the most, you're going to realise when you don't have it. So those people that call themselves gun people on YouTube and whatever, and now they're out there complaining they can't find ammunition or they've got none left or something, it's no one's fault but your own. You should have thought this one through earlier and realised that. The other thing is, different caliber guns, everyone says, you can stick to the same calibers, and it means you can, have ammunition commonality. It's a good idea. If you spend the extra money you'd normally spend on the extra caliber ammunition to buy more for the caliber of more of the same caliber of ammunition that you should need to feed 3 guns. If you've got 3 9mm pistols and 2 different 223 rifles, a bolt action or semi-automatic, and a 22 handgun and a 22 rifle, and you think, sweet, I only need to stock 3 calibers, you better have stored a lot of it, because now you're up shit creek, and as soon as, especially if they're common calibers, because that's where you run into a problem, is when, those common calibers that everyone says you need common calibers, it's a good idea because it's cheap, but again, you should buy it because it's cheap when it's available, because now some of those people are probably regretting the fact they don't have AKs in 5.45 by 39 or whatever, as well as their AR or their AK in 7.62 by 39, because, and handgun calibers, like, shit, I'm out of 9mm, but I've got 380 coming out my ears, or 5.7 or 40 Smith & Wesson. I think there's one model of Glock, I'm unsure what it is. If you're sub to the Hoss USMC, he's a good guy. I think it's his model Glock, and he talks about how all you need to make it effectively 3 different calibers is like spare magazines, because his is 40 cal, and I think it takes 357 SIG, which I think is a different barrel but the same magazines, and with a 9mm barrel and 9mm magazines it can work 9mm, so I can run 9mm 357 SIG or 40 Smith & Wesson out of the same frame and same slide, just with different barrel, 1 different barrel for 2 different barrels and a different set of magazines. It's good compromise. Spreads your shit out. If you're struggling to find ammo in 1 caliber, you can run, like if you're starting to run low on 9mm, you whack a different barrel in it and use different ammunition. And vice versa, if you, same as rifles, if you're like, oh shit, I've got a lot of 22, I don't have a lot of 223, or something like that, you might have to start using 22 for a while. Or if you got, well, that's another reason why I've got a 38 Special or 357 Magnum lever action rifle, because over here, that is not a common round. Handguns over here are very hard to get. I don't think I'm ever going to be in a position where I don't have, car's getting a bit grumpy, where I really start to run low on 38 and 357, because few people have revolvers in it, or whatever, or maybe a Desert Eagle, and then the rest is lever action rifles, generally, or a H&R, like single shot rifle. It's not a big thing over here to have handguns, whereas my 22 and my 223 and all that shit. Well, sorry, I don't have 223. My 22 and my 308. It's a common round. I've got lots of it stored, but I anticipated for that. If you're going to worry about using a round that's going to be in high demand, then you better have a lot of it, because otherwise it's going to disappear pretty quick. Because right now I bought the last brick of 22 caliber subsonic CCI hollow points that we had in the country, and we're not getting any more of it for a long time, because we can't get any more from the States because you guys have all bought it up. So I bought the last brick of that we had in the country the other day, and that's that. So that brings me up to 4,000 rounds of that stuff, and then I had to buy some Remington subsonics, but it's, you know, that's because it's a 22, 17 HMR and HM2 and 22 Winchester Magnum. Still got plenty of that. Still got plenty of rimfire rounds. Well, we've got 22 shorts as well, because it's not a common round. My 22 bolt action rifle takes shorts, longs, and long rifles, which is a bonus. So you got to think about these common calibers that everyone thinks is a good idea, and think about either getting something a little bit odd, or just spending the extra money, and while you're considering you're buying the ammo because it's cheaper, because there's more of it, you actually buy more of it. Rightio, cheers guys.